Hi, my name is Daphne, and I have been out here all day. It has been 11 hours, and my hands are the proof of that. Out here building garden doors and just checking on the plants and reinforcing everything to make sure we can keep the bunnies out of the enclosed garden area. So I will show you what the early April garden looks like, which is there isn't a lot going on, but also show you some of the improvements I've made to the garden. And I think we're it. That this is it. Outside of bringing in the plants from inside of the house and planting those, and then the real work begins with garden maintenance. But I'll show you what's going on around the garden, some new improvements, updates, and how the perennials are doing. We are expected to get about 70-degree weather and a bunch of rain this week, so there should be marked improvement coming up within the next week. Cross our fingers we don't get a blizzard or some type of freeze, because we're liable to get that as well in April. But all right, stay tuned and I'll show you how the garden looks. All right, so this is the resting garden as it stands so far, and we have our lovely squirrels here digging for Lord knows what. A lot of the weeds are waking up, so that's great. I do have a fig tree there that I will be uncovering within the next few weeks, but we have another dip in temperatures in about a week, so there's leaves and there's paper bags stuffed in there just to give it some warmth. I'll probably leave that alone until probably the beginning of May. There's also a persimmon tree here, which I took the lid off, or the paper bag off, and I do see some small buds. So it survived the winter and hopefully it survives until May. Hopefully we don't have any more cold snaps. Here's our empty asparagus bed. The last cold snap we had actually killed off a couple of the huge ones we had coming up, but I have hopes that they will return, and I do have some backup asparagus plants that I can bury here in the event that they don't return, since there was a lot of damage when I kind of converted everything over. But this is our new little asparagus patch, and there's actually asparagus planted throughout all of the beds here as well. But here is the resting garden, and this little box here that you see that looks kind of like an outdoor elevator is actually our garden door slash trellis. So we've been working on this for like the last week, or well, 2 weeks actually, and if you include the building of the trellis. But it's about 8 feet tall, about 4 feet wide. It took a lot to get this thing to swing, to open up and not be stuck. But this is the garden trellis, and on this side we have our planters here and here, which I'll probably put cherry tomatoes in, so it can kind of just trellis all the way up and over. So that'll be beautiful. And maybe just put like a pot or two of some more cherry tomatoes in front of it. So that is the garden door, and it is huge. So next year's project is actually to do something with the fencing and have that be kind of upgraded as well. We do have some little baby asparagus coming. I mean, not asparagus, but oregano coming back. And they survived despite the little freeze we had. That's a moringa that overwintered. I'm not even quite sure if that's alive. I'm gonna have to check the roots. But we definitely do have a comfrey that is starting to come back, and this thing is huge. I actually dug up its counterpart. The roots were all the way underneath that bed there. It's pretty impressive. And outside of a healthy dandelion that we have growing right here, we have a beautiful second-year mullein, which may actually flower this year. God, you should feel the leaves. They're like real soft. And then here, these are my raspberry plants. Hopefully they come back. I might take them out of the buckets. I'm not sure. They are a little crispy, but hopefully they did survive the winter. And then we do have a bunch of herbs that are coming back. These are going to be perennial herb beds here. So I'm not going to plant any peppers or anything in these like I did last year. So this one's empty. So I might actually put self-heal in this one. I have some germinating in the house. This one is a yellow lemon balm. There's lemon balm in this one. Nothing in this one yet, so I might put thyme in there. There's chocolate mint in here, and it's actually starting to grow back despite the squirrel damage. Well, the yarrow is absolutely loving this hot weather we're having. And I do see that lavender is starting to green up again as well. It's beautiful. Survived the little winter we had. In here, there is lemon balm planted in here. And this one, I do believe there's chocolate mint planted in this one. So I'm just waiting on that to wake up. I think there's chocolate mint planted in this one as well. This is a white sage. Not exactly sure if it's still alive. I have to check the roots. There's oregano here. There is 2 blueberries here and here. And these blueberries are actually starting to wake up now. Yay. Yeah, they're starting to wake up. That's beautiful. I need to cover them though. Now we do have a neighboring deer that comes along and likes to nibble. Over here are some of the transplants that I planted out too early, and then did not realize that this plastic tarp here was not thick enough to withstand a 20-degree dip in temperature. I needed to double plastic it, but I didn't do that. So quite a few of these have some extreme damage. I have some more plants germinating in the house just in case these do not bounce back, but they actually look like they're coming back, even the ones I thought were completely dead. So do not throw your plants do not throw your plants out. They do recover. Hopefully. Here's hoping on that. Some little elderberry clippings, which I actually did as an experiment, but look at that. They're all starting to bud and they have roots. I checked it last time. And then a little compost bin here, which is doing wonderful. I just need to give it water from time to time, but there's kitchen scraps in here and chicken poop and leaves from last fall and grass clippings. So I'm very, very proud of that DIY compost bin, which is literally made of just a dresser that has some holes poked on the other side to let the worms and stuff in. So it's doing really well. I just turn it once a week. And actually on the inside of the garden bed, I have some yarrow waking up. We have some bunching onions that I actually planted from store-bought bunching onions. I actually just allow for them to grow roots in the house by soaking them in some rainwater. And they're actually starting to grow back. There's a bay laurel. Not exactly sure if she's still alive, so we'll see in a few weeks if she makes it, but yeah, we'll see. There's some more bunching onions planted in this bed as well, along with some asparagus. And there's some more yarrow here. And then these are bunching onions from last year. Aren't they beautiful? Finally coming back. And then in this bed is hyssop, and it is very cold hardy. Nothing killed this back. So there's hyssop here. There is some, this I think is a moringa. I have to see if this is going to come back or not. There's a banana mint here, and I did notice a little sprout coming back this year. That's stinging nettle, so we won't touch that. This is St. John's wort, which desperately needs a prune, so I'll do that at some point. And then I actually did put the fencing up. I do need to buy some more T-posts. They are a little expensive, so I'm only going to get like 10 of them is going to be expensive, like $100. But I do need like 4 more here, and I need 2 more here. And then I actually put the fence up in this garden bed as well, and this also needs a longer T-post. We have some little yarrow coming up here. And then what I spent all day working on, which I didn't actually anticipate, but it took a while, was actually the new door for this back area. So it's not a trellis. I don't have the space for that with this area being so narrow here. But everything is fully connected, so we won't have anything breaking into the garden area. And then this is a kickstand here. It's a DIY kickstand. So there, it works. It's janky, but it works. And there's the door. I ran out of 2x4s for the fencing. That's the last piece of fencing I have. That came in that bundle that we got off Facebook Marketplace. So I had to go with branches off of the mulberry tree because it needed to be pruned anyway. So that is the door, and it works. It's functional. But anyway, this is the garden as it stands right now, and I'm very excited about it. I can't quite picture what it will look like, just because everything has kind of changed. But I am very excited just for the potential, and the grow room plants are actually amazing. So I'll take you guys in there and just let you guys also see what's happening with the plants that will be planted out here in late May, mid to late May is when I dare to put out the pepper and the tomato plants. So there is our newfound door, newly created door for our beautiful trellis. That will be our tomato trellis in the spring and early fall, and then I will probably rip the tomatoes out or cut them down and actually put asparagus beans on that trellis as well for the fall and the winter. So as mentioned, I have been out here all day, but I am very excited about this little doorway here. It stays open, it is sturdy, I don't have to worry about it breaking. So at first I made the initial one with sunflower seed posts, and they only last for so long. I think I only got maybe half a season out of them. So yeah, this is a little more sturdy, and I can thoroughly appreciate that. But yeah, I'm usually the one to advocate using whatever you have on hand or whatever you can find cheaply to do what you need to do. You can garden, as mentioned, in buckets. You can use old cedar fencing or any type of fencing to make garden beds. You can make a door out of branches and old chicken fencing. You can make a compost bin out of a dresser and some composite boards. So use whatever you have to start. And this is my 4th year gardening now, but what, 3rd year, 4th year? I have to check the videos. But yeah, I'm still using what I have. Like, we don't have that much money to spend on gardening materials. I have Kit, and food is expensive and clothes are expensive for him, but I'm using what I have and just a little elbow grease, and I'm able to make 21 garden beds and doorways and compost bins, and so it's definitely doable. But I hope your gardens are coming along as well. And I'm going to go in the house and scrub. But thank you so much for watching. Have a great